Alrighty, guys, welcome back. It's your boy EQ, and up next we have DJ Akademiks hilariously crashing out on Drake after finding out Drake has been wearing a wig, or as we've all known it as, a man unit for the past few months. Cue up the Kendrick Lamar braids line because Akademiks is definitely on edge. With Drake making an appearance everywhere else but his own stream, it's just a matter of time before the crash out of all crash outs happens. This is like the side chick who keeps getting promised they'll be upgraded, only to keep seeing the dude constantly upload themselves with other women. As far as the braids, you probably thought they were in this hair journey together, but in any scenario act, those roach leg braids got to go. I saw someone say he got boneless braids, but they definitely do not look healthy. And for someone that loves to call everyone else dusty, he's really got to take a look in the mirror because money can do a lot, but it cannot unlame a lame. All that designer and jewelry, and you still got a dusty aura to you, a mustiness that just seeps through the screen. And I don't know how he could have ever believed those were real when they showed up not too long after he had already chopped his hair. Because it doesn't make any sense then, and it definitely doesn't make any sense now. Sometimes you gotta check the temperature before making a move like that. But enough dilly dallying, let's jump right into the video where we have DJ Akademiks hilariously crashing out on Drake after finding out Drake has been wearing a wig, or as we've all known it, like I said earlier, a man unit for the past few months. And the clock is definitely ticking on this inevitable meltdown.
Chat, I realize Drake's a fraud.
Are you just coming to that conclusion now, Ak? Welcome to the team.
Because this nigga online
Well, actually, unwelcome to the team because I'm pretty sure no one really wants you on our side.
is capping like he got a full head of hair, man. He got a Steve Harvey. What the hell?
When people found out about the Steve Harvey man unit, that definitely shattered a lot of realities. But if we really do look back at that Steve Harvey hairpiece, there was no way on earth that hair could have been real. It was basically a spray painted sponge.
He got acting like he got braids, and 2 months ago he got a high top? Oh, hell no. That's a fraud. That's some fraud shit. What? This whole time, I'm thinking
This has been something that's been circulating for a long time, so I don't know why he's surprised.
I'm growing my hair out. He growing his hair out. We've been growing this shit since almost since Certified Lover Boy.
Certified Lover Boy, that album was years ago, and his hair has been the same length. Like I said in the intro, those roach legs gotta go. Drake looking like he got the Shamar Moore man unit.
I've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, all to find out that Aubrey got a buzz cut. Oh no!
And you can't be surprised that he's doing something fraudulent when he's had a history of doing fraudulent things.
No. Chat, I realize Drake's a fraud.
I really do feel like a lot of resentment is building up in this guy. We constantly hear it with him basically warning that, yeah, he's ready for a crash out if Drake does an interview with an actual hip-hop platform. If he were to go and do something with Elliott Wilson, I feel like Akademiks would blow a gasket. If he were to go on a Joe Budden podcast, I feel like he would blow a gasket. But you could definitely see the smoke coming out of his ears, especially when he's talking about that Bobby Altoff video, which again, it's not going to help you get the culture back, Drake, when it didn't help you do that the first go around. At this point, yeah, you probably do have some type of stake, pardon the pun, in the ownership of that podcast. You're getting something out of it because even she herself has fallen off. So I don't really see what you have to gain there. I mean, you could do whatever you want, but obviously his PR team, his marketing team hasn't been doing the very best job over the last year and a half. One would actually say a terrible job. Actually look at some of these comments because I know they're going to be hilarious. What is it, the braids? Yeah, exactly. Cue up the lyrics. Euphoria, yeah, prophetic. LMAO, the fact that he literally cut all his hair off and then a few weeks later had full thick braids in his head should have been told y'all he was wearing a wig or some shit. And yeah, guys, it's hella obvious. Drake just took a trip down to Tyler Perry's prop warehouse and picked out the finest set of braids that he could muster up. Nigga did it as if we didn't know how hair growth works. It's always been hilarious to me. Yeah, and coming from somebody that's had locks for close to 10 years now, unless you have some type of sorcery, they're not going to get that long that quickly. I've seen braiders do wonders with them trying to make magic out of nothing. But for Drake to go from nothing to literally braids to that length was obviously erroneous. Did he say, I thought we were growing out our hair together? Yeah, man. He thought they were on a hair journey together. Something probably to strengthen their bond, which they obviously have none, because anytime Drake is actually speaking to Akademiks, you can just hear the disgust in his voice. There's a lot of men trying to be baddies out here, and Drake is the final boss of them all. You better be careful before you get a duck lip selfie. The final boss. It is hilarious. He was just playing the whole time. It's another clip after saying, I'm just playing, chat. And what people don't realize is that there's usually some truth in jokes. That's a lot of times what makes it funny. So he could just be covering his ass with that. But he's ready to crash out. I'm telling you, let Drake pop up on the JBP or pull up to Elliot Wilson for an interview, and you're going to see a mega meltdown. Yeah, okay, playing. Be out here in a man unit. Oh, golly. That's what Drake does when he gets home. He sits down, unlatches his hair, unclips his beard, lights his favorite candle, and runs his bubble bath. I'm going to get a unit piece just like that. And fam, the thing about you doing it is that it's obviously a different scenario. Drake is a public figure, and given what has gone on over the past year and a half, anyone could have read the room and knew that doing something like this would have got joked on and been ridiculed to the max. So unless he has a humiliation kink, I suggest how about do the opposite of what your mind is telling you right now? Act literally, this baby has better braids than academics. He's hiding this. There's only so much turkey can do, man. They can get the hairline crispy, but yeah, man, it does not look good for Aubrey. Seems like it's time to give it up and join Charles Barkley and Shaq in the Baldy Club. Him having ghostwriters doesn't warrant him being a fraud out here, but him wearing a wig does. And yeah, that's why you can't really be in the conversation of best rapper of all time when one of those metrics has to be, do you write your own stuff? And while in the music industry, people do get hooks, people do get a bar suggested every now and then that does get used. Me being signed for like 5 years now at this point, everyone takes a bar, everyone will take a hook. But to get a whole record and change nothing, that's where obviously the line is drawn. Drake, after he got his first braided wig, and yeah, man, probably filled up his phone storage with selfies. What is it, the braids? Yeah, man. This moment in that halftime show, man, is definitely legendary. After the whole abs thing, the man unit is light work and damn near expected of him. Lip fillers is next. And how else would you get the perfect duck lip selfie if you don't get the lip fillers? Not the Braid BL gang. I swear, the internet is undefeated. Ack been growing his hair for 4 years, and nah, get bro some Batana mint oil. Braids looking thin. Roach leg thin. At this point, it's time to just chop it off and start again. But some people just may not have the genetics, man. Probably would fare better with just a shortcut. What is it? The braids is even funnier now? And yeah, man, it's been funny for a minute now. I blame Yachty, and that's the thing. Yachty's not around anymore. There was a point where those two were attached at the hip. Honestly, I feel like it was Drake's probably biggest inspiration over the last few years. You can see it in the fashion, you can see it in the hair choices. The guy's wearing these huge bubblegum barrettes in his hair. Something that obviously he was not doing before, and something that Yachty does on the regular. What is it? The braids just has a whole different tone now. Jeez. When I see you stand by Sexy Red. Yeah, and of course, there's two bad bitches. Drake kills me with that duck lip face he be doing. It's basically become his brand at this point. And this is definitely how Akademiks felt when Drake got dismantled. And still to this day, he continues to do damage to his own brand while simultaneously blaming everyone else for it. I couldn't defend his mans anymore, boy, lame as fuck. So it was in fact the braids. He had a bald spot on that stream he was on. Of course he gonna hide it. At this point, the dude should just go bald, man. Whether it's the braids or going bald, people are gonna clown him regardless. When you gotta use an AI voiceover to cause drama, you have a low life. Grok, I told you Drake was wearing a wig, but you ain't believe me. Let's see what Grok responded. Okay, you got me. Looks like you were onto something with that wig theory. Akademiks meltdown in that vid was hilarious. If Drake braids are a unit, respect the style game anyway. What's your take on the rest, fam? Obviously, it's not respected. And yeah, like I've said, cutthroat business, you got shit twisted. What is it, the braids? Guess not, Kendrick, because he never had them to begin with. But you got to remember, that glue could be very toxic, and those fumes could definitely be it. Drake lost his best eater. Everything about dude is fake. His hair, his abs, his friends, his bars. I can go on and on. It's bald heads and the heckling for all endorsements. And that's probably why he's crashing out, man. The dude seems to be having an identity crisis that was definitely exasperated by what went on over the past year and a half. That's why Kendrick said, what is it, the braids? He knew. Out of all things he found out about Drake, he's stuck on his hair. And yeah, which is definitely the biggest point. When Drake has been habitually line stepping and crossing the line over and over again. What I've learned about Ack is that he's smart and calculating individual, and he's fully aware of what he's been doing lately to his idol. Again, there's truth in those jokes. Maybe he's trying to disguise it to potentially one day still get that interview. But I don't think that's going to happen, guys. At the end of the day, Drake is probably one of the pettiest dudes in the business, if not the pettiest dude. He has the same internet we do, and this is probably why he hasn't gotten it yet. Euphoria just keeps aging like fine wine. Honestly, his lyrics have been aging very prophetically. Growing together, not even 13-year-old girls are that attached to their celebrity crush. And you got to be really careful. Academics has already made his friendship bracelets for them. So he grew his because he thought another man was growing his. Wild times. And yeah, these are men in their 30s, fam. He's just acting up to see his way out and somehow gain an ounce of credibility in his next depositions. Copying another man in itself is disturbing, but yeah, especially when that person has no respect for you. Drake has stopped answering his texts. Yeah, like I said earlier, at this point, there's a lot of resentment that Ack is obviously harboring right now, and you're starting to see it in these glimpses. What is it, the braids? I thought we were growing out our hair together, a grown ass man to another grown ass man. It's weird, fam. I would kind of be okay with it if it was like a sports team because stuff like that happens all the time. You have baseball teams simultaneously grow beards as a form of solidarity, just like you have soccer teams shaving their head ball in solidarity. But this situation is very different. Could be extensions, but this is funny and could potentially be true. I thought I was bugging. Nah, fam. You was definitely not bugging. I'd just be upset if I found out Jay-Z's dreads is a wig. And that would be a hilarious sight to see Jay walk into his crib at night, remove his hairpiece, put it on the nightstand, and go on about his night. This is how you know Dot fans process different. This is how you know Dot fans perceive reality as it should be. What is it? The braids, academics getting slimmer. Wasn't he on supposedly Ozempic? I feel like that was a running rumor. A lot of niggas cut their braids, locks, and reattach them later. It's pretty normal, especially for dudes in jail. And yeah, that could be the case, but who would save 2-inch long braids? My hair is basically down to my waist, and yeah, if I were to cut them in some alternate reality, then I would save them. But this is like saving your beard trimmings, looking to reattach them later. Afraid to grow it because your hair wouldn't nap enough. And they was arguing me down on TikTok when I said he had a man piece. The parts on the wig were too spaced apart. Definitely. Like I said, it looked like Shamar Moore when he was wearing his man unit. So again, guys, the internet is undefeated. Not only are they probably the best detectives out there, they also have jokes upon jokes. You look at some of the worst fake braids that we've ever seen. Yeah, and here we have the Shamar Moore braids in that Tyler Perry movie. Ridiculous. Shamar Moore's cornrows and Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Dude, that looks insane. I'm pretty sure Drake was watching this movie and was like, I want that. And these movies make so much money, but Tyler just refuses to put any budget into hair and makeup, man. So yeah, guys, now that we have all found the inspiration behind Drake's man unit, we could finally all sleep in peace now. It's definitely nasty work. Obviously, he has to be trolling, but again, you can see the resentment growing. It's been there. It's bad enough that he has his very own supporters clowning him about this relationship, saying that Drake does not respect him. So it was a matter of time before he woke up. You can try to cope all you want, but when the facts keep showing up that this dude just does not fuck with you, man, you have to finally pay attention. Maybe Axie in this inspires him to do what he's supposed to do, cut those boneless braids because, yeah, they are not a good look. You've been growing out those for 4 years. They should be like, honestly, 2 to 3 times the length. But definitely let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Let me know what your favorite joke was. And if you guys have a joke of your own, definitely put it in the comments section. I'm definitely looking forward to those. But definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. I really want to thank you guys so much for continuing to make this channel a part of your day. It honestly means the world to me. And all the love and support that you guys continue to show this channel on a daily is overwhelming and probably the biggest reason why I make these videos. So I really want to let you guys know how grateful I am for all of it. Guys, a big shout out to all those that have been joining YouTube memberships. Small way to support the channel, but definitely goes a very long way in helping out. And also a very big super thank you to all those that have been sending super thanks. Renee, shout out to you for another big super thanks. And definitely shout out to T-Mac again for a super thank as well. The support you guys constantly show, man, I really want to let you guys know how much I appreciate it. So I'm definitely looking forward to your take on this topic. Hope you guys love this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Kendrick, it was definitely the braids, or the lack of them.